What's up, guys? Welcome to another live session. Today is April 9th, 2020, and we're back at again for a profit recap session. Now, today is Thursday. Tomorrow is a bank holiday for the Canada and US, so we're having our profit recap session today, and we'll get into that in a bit. We just have to cover some admin things, so hopefully you guys get settled in while I go over these things. So right off the bat, we had a great week, and I can't stress it enough how patience pays. And I'm very happy that you guys are joining us in this great journey. As we make these leaps during this chaotic time. But first off, if you haven't joined our Discord, make sure you do. The link to sign up is in the description of the video. It's totally free to get on, so why not, right? And so if you haven't been on our Discord and you want incentive to get on, we have the Me6 incentive program. Now this program basically gives you extra days onto your membership for posting, for sending charts, memes, asking analysts for help, sending your questions. We're all happy to help, so you can ask me, you can ask Joe, you can ask Institute Trader, and they'll be glad to help you with trading related questions. All you have to do is post on the Discord, and every time you post, you'll be added points, and you level up just like any game. And once you reach level 5, you get 2 days added to your membership. Level 10, you get 5. Level 15, you'll get 8. Now, if you just add these days up, that's 15 days. So all it takes is to get to level 15 to get 2 weeks added to your membership for free, right? And then once you reach levels like level 20, you're pretty much at a whole month of free membership. So it's very easy. I think I'm at almost level 15 now, and I post selectively. I don't really chat too much, but if you're chatty or you're just posting your analysis, getting thoughts, and learning, you can easily get a free membership this way. So make sure you do that, and soon enough you can even get an Amazon gift card, or an iTunes gift card, whatever you want. It will choose it for you, and once you reach these levels, you're gonna be a legend, and you'll be given a gift that's appropriate for you reaching that status. So definitely the program to take advantage of. It's free, so why not? And we have a lot of people in there that are really helpful, that are open to help you with no incentive required. They just do it out of the goodness of their heart, so it's pretty awesome. And the link to sign up again is in the description below. Make sure you sign up very quick. Once you get on there, if you have any questions, direct them to either me, RP Forex, Allison, or Chatroom Admin, and they'll all be happy to help you. Now, next up we have is our April promotion. So every month we run promotions. This month we have a similar promotion as to March, but we made it a bit easier. So if you're a paying member and you refer 2 people and they turn into paying members, you stay for free as long as they stay. So even if they stay for 3 months, as long as they're paying members, you will be able to stay for 3 months. So if you have any trader buddies who are interested in trying us out, and you want them to do you a solid, refer them, and you'll get an extra month just because they stayed for 2. So that's a quick way to save some time or save some cash during this hard economic time. But again, we've made this only 2 members. In March it was 3. So if you were at 2 members in March, and you're waiting for one more, you don't have to anymore. Just message me, Allison, or Chatroom Admin, and then we'll figure out the details. But make sure you take advantage of these programs that we are offering. It's definitely a nice way to get some extra service for very little effort. Some further news. I don't want to get too much into it, but we're always doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. As you guys can see, we've added 2 new signal providers, Institute Trader and Pipsology, and we also have something else in the woodworks right now. It's very premature in its infancy, but we're talking about how traders, we're gonna have a challenge, right? There's gonna be a challenge, a trading challenge, and if traders can pass that challenge, they'll actually end up receiving a lifetime membership. Now, we're not gonna give too much details about the challenge, but it's very similar to some of the challenges out there like FTMO, and we'll have more details to come, but definitely something that you can take advantage of. Try your trading strategy and see how you do. So that's in the pipeline for sure. Now, with that being said, if you guys are new to the sessions, on Fridays, technically today we're treating it as a Friday. We go through the trades we took during the week, the wins and losses, see how we did, why the trades were taken, And then at the end, we do some market insight for next week. So if you have any pair recommendations or trading related questions, send them in through YouTube or on the portal, and I'll get through them near the end of the session. So this week was pretty good. We didn't record any loss, any losing trade. It was a very awesome trade for us. First off, the first trade we took was U.S. oil. Not the first trade we took, but definitely a home run hitter was U.S. oil. And you can see this thing has melted considerably. And today we have the OPEC meeting, so we will see some volatility. We already see it in oil right now, but if we go to our signal, and we have a lot of providers on our Discord holding it down. So if we go to our signal, so US oil 26.890, and you can see the drop we've got since then. Pretty crazy. And the thing about these trades is, almost a 230, 240 pip drop. The thing about these trades is you don't have to catch the whole drop. Even if you catch 40, 50 pips, that's a good amount of growth on your account, right? So this is a nice home run hitter. We tend to move our stops to entry right after 25 pips. And this week, this thing dropped 80 pips within an hour. So we had more than enough time to do that. And great trade. So maybe there's a setup later in the day for the OPEC meeting, but it's definitely a risky trade to take as the volatility will be off the charts. Another awesome one was gold buys. So gold right now is rocketing, but we had an initial trade idea that took us there on Monday. If you look, so buy gold at 1653, and so our entry was, let's see where 1653 is. Right around here. So we treated this breakout on the 4-hour time frame, and we had a nice simple pathway to our first a major target, as you can see here. So we'll kind of zoom in. So this is the 4-hour break we had above our key level, 1650 psychological level, and then we made a nice transition to 1675, another psychological level. So we hit our third take profit. We just came short of TP4. We got booted out at entry, our partial position. We can see right now gold is on its way to 1700. So if you're going to be trading during this bank holiday, I'd be probably looking for gold longs to 1700. That was our overall target, and we will get there, I think, eventually. And I think the OPEC meeting might help this thing out. Now, another juicy trade that we took, this week was, I'm not going to go through every trade, but pretty much you can see the details here. Pound Aussie long, we had TP3 hit. Aussie dollar, we had TP1 hit, went as far as 42 pips. I want to talk about two trades that we took yesterday. One was Aussie NSD, which we're still, Aussie NZD, which we're still in. And you can see right here, pretty good, nice and profit. We had a pretty solid entry for Aussie NZD, at least at 1.03650. Currently prices at 1.03963. So 30 pips. I know Aussie NZD doesn't move too much per pip. So we'll take what we can get. But if you guys are satisfied with how the week went, you can definitely take profits now. There's no harm in doing that. Tomorrow is a bank holiday, so I probably will let this thing run out till 5 p.m. today Eastern, and then see how it goes. Another one was pound yen, which I will explain to detail the entry criteria and very simple what it takes. But if you look at my chart work sent yesterday, and I also sent my chart work along with the signal so you can learn. So pound yen, if you guys can see, I removed the dark colorway just because apparently it was hard on the eye, so I just removed it. But anyway, simple pound yen, 4-hour closure above 134.18 required for long, right? And so you can see this is the level right here, and the 4-hour closure we got was perfect. You can see a very, very strong bullish candle right here during the London session. And so that was the requirement to enter, and after you would enter, we did again get into some drawdown, but then we had a bullish hammer. A bullish hammer be printed off the 134.818 level, and then we rocketed up huge to the upside. So a very simple trade idea, and there was some confusion or some some questions about entry, but so a potential 80 pip move. But here I'll explain why for our closure, it doesn't matter where it is as long as it's within the direction of the trend. So first of all, we can see that we have identified the clear uptrend in pound yen, right? We can see it, it dates back to the support all the way in, March 18th, right? We've been a significant uptrend, and since then we've kind of created a resistance here, and so any break of this resistance will continue on the trend, right? So you can see, although we wanted to close above 134.818, because of the volatility, especially with pound yen, we know pound can be very volatile. Instead of closing maybe 10, 15, or 20 pips above here, this thing shot up maybe around 50 pips, right? And so if you were to enter here, right, and if we do this, and you maintained the initial target, right, and you replicate the stop loss, which was down here, you'd see, your R2R is actually 125. At first it was 2.33, but now it's 1.25. This is fine because since you're trading with the trend, you're trading with the momentum, your R2R is actually not even 1.25, right? The R2R is more important for reversal trading, but when you have, these volatility spikes, you might get your R2R cut by a good percentage. But as long as it drop too low, 1.25 I guess is still fine, especially with pound. I've said this before, when you're on the right side of the trend with the pound, it will take you to places, but you have to be on the right side of the trend. Don't try to find reversals on this thing because it's very elusive. So if you get the bullish closure here, enter. Just keep the same stop loss as my original idea. So if you go to the original idea, the stop loss here was 134.270. Okay, so we're gonna keep it right around there, right? 1.24 270. So let's pop that back right here, right? So 1.0, that's totally fine. You can see we didn't even go close to that, so that's fine at all. And sometimes, usually the case for most pairs is that if I just bring back the original idea, so usually for most pairs, usually have the 4-hour closure happen somewhere here, or sometimes it might happen here. Sometimes it might happen here, but it rarely does it eat into the R2R like pound pairs do. For example, we just talked about Aussie NZD, so we'll just bring that up. Trading view is lagging. Oh, here you go. So, for example, on Aussie NZD, if we go to the analysis I shared really quickly, we go Aussie NZD, bullish for our closure above 1.03511. If we go to the chart, you can see 1.03511 is right where my mouse is, and you can see the 4-hour closure, it closed here, right? Instead of, where my hypothetical entry was right here, it closed right above here. So let's adjust it, and let's say we enter here, we adjust our stop loss to the original one, and we adjust our target, and you can see the R2R in this case, and let me pull back, is still 2.4. Okay, so that's fine. It's just the volatility with pound tends to create huge breaks, but since you're with the right side of the trend and that breakout confirmed it, you are good to go. So this is 2.4. So don't worry about it. Just try to get the entry as quick as you can. And pound actually provided 2 entries, one with the breakout and then one with the hammer. So that was our week. It was pretty good. We'll have an official pip count on the website, like always. And at this point, I'm ready to talk about the markets moving forward. And damn, today was a very crazy day. We had so much fundamentals going on. I don't know if you want to trade this, but all day OPEC meeting. This is the fundamental schedule for today. We have ECB monetary policy meetings, and then we have CAD unemployment change. 1.010 million people filed for unemployment. That is ridiculous. Or actually, they lost 1.10 million jobs. That is just crazy. And then you had the unemployment rate for Canada. And, the U.S. and Canada, I don't know why, but during this time, they're showing conservative numbers for their unemployment rate. The forecast was 7.4%. It came out at 7.8%. And then U.S. unemployment claims. Again, last week they created a new record. 6.86 million people filed for unemployment. This week's forecast was 5 million. And then it came out at 6.6 million. So pretty bad. And then today, if you guys know, the International Monetary Fund said that this will be the worst recession since the Great Depression. So it's not good for the markets. And at this point, I'm going to take a peek at the YouTube chat and see pair recommendations. So send them in now. And we'll get through this. Look for some juicy setups for next week. I'm gonna say good morning to everyone. Good morning, Gustavo, FX Bruv, Big G Dub, Pierce's School of Income. You're new. Welcome to the group. We have a new member. FX Bruv, how was my week? Our week was phenomenal. Got some pair recommendations. Hey, China Buddy. It's 3 a.m. in New Zealand. Nice. Salman, what's up? Okay. On Discord, everyone has their pair recommendations coming in. So we have a lot of guys coming in asking for pair recommendations. So make sure you join the Discord. This is where the magic happens. It's your one-stop shop to do everything Forex related. So I'm going to choose a pair that, is common and popular among everyone, and then I'll just trade that. So let's see. We have some recommendations for GA, GU, GJ. So a lot of pound. So GJ we covered. We know it's going up. I think we can do GA. We'll do GA for sure. We had a winning trade for GA this week, so we'll give that a look. And I didn't even get a chance to crack open my favorite drink. So hold on. Some people like coffee. I like a cold Coke. Jesus. Cheers. So GA. Wow, what a nice short opportunity. So this was earlier in the week when we took a long. We went up around 130 pips. You can see our overall target was up here. So why securing profits is really important. But nonetheless, it was a good move. Now, we are just trading two zones. You can see that we had a break of the blue zone. And so the next place price will be magnetized is to these lows down here. And all I'm going to do is use this rectangle tool to cover. My goodness. I'm just going to use a rectangle tool to cover our zone. I don't know why this thing is... Whoa, this thing is lagging. I don't want this. This is what I want. Okay, cool. So this is the next area of confluence for pound Aussie, and I'd be pretty careful. I mean, the R2R is definitely not in your favor because we're almost there. Usually what you want to do is for trades like this where you break a huge zone and the 4-hour time frame, this is what I mean. The pound pairs, if you get that 4-hour confirmation and you're trading with the trend, so if you look, you can see obviously dating back to, the start of April, right? We started a downtrend, right? Clear lower highs, lower lows. We get that. We had a momentary long we took, which is fine, but you can see we're still following price action and creating higher lower highs, lower lows, right? So this 4-hour candle, we breached this major support, and this 4-hour candle is a perfect bearish candle. You can see a huge body, huge wick to the top, very little wick to the bottom. Boom, and if you just entered just off this break of the zone, a 4-hour confirmation, you would have made around 57 pips and counting, right? So very simple. So if you entered here, then your R2R would have been perfect to take it down to here, right? But since this move has kind of already started to play out, just compare the length, right? From here, comparing it to from here, right? So since it's already halfway there on its way, I would probably recommend you to not enter short. But if you're already short, then there is a good chance you could reach these levels, especially since the dollar, the U.S. economy printed out some bearish fundamentals today, right? So you should see the Aussie dollar gain, the Aussie gain against the dollar, and therefore the pound dollar drop, right? It's looking good for a drop. Pretty solid setup for whoever was on the charts. And you saw this break, very quick, clean entry. And we'll be targeting these wicks down here. You can see a lot of wick activity. So that's my idea for GA. Next up, Euro Pound. Awesome. So that was a setup we discussed this week. Let's give it a quick look. Hopefully, good. So it's not the stream; it's the trading view. So yeah, this was a question that Jared asked. And it was a good pair recommendation. So if we pop to the daily, you can see the idea that I kind of presented to Jared as a possible short for Euro Pound, right? Just try to squeeze this through. You can see the two zones. We have a huge zone here. We have a support zone here. And then we have a miniature zone here, right? And you can see we've come from resistance smashed through this zone, and currently we tried to rebound from the zone to go higher. It was a failed attempt. Now I was saying if price can pull and break below this blue zone like it did in the past. I'll try to give you a close up. So if, you know how in the past we broke this blue zone, we had to sell off down here. We go again to the left. You know, we had a break of the blue zone. We had a decent sell-off halfway to the zone. You know, we broke the zone. We had a full sell-off. And you guys get the picture, right? So we're trying to get some amount of profit. Obviously, the full move would be great. But even halfway is still a lot of pips, right? And so that's what we're going to be doing. And you can see the candle I kind of drew to show if we get that 4-hour closure, we can probably go short. However, right now it is printing a potential intraday long, right? If you pop to the 4-hour time frame, this is not a bad time to long. We have a lot of hammers, and I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but pound pairs, for some reason, they love hammers. If you see a hammer, you're most likely to see a rally of some sort, maybe 50% of the time. Now, if you add in other confluences, then you can probably jump that number up to 70, but it's not a bad intraday long if you ask me, and shoot, I might be even willing to take it just because this week was good enough that I'm, you know, willing to be a bit risk seeking today. You know, 1.8, it's not bad. Obviously, the ideal entry was probably after this hammer, but still, this is not bad at all for a quick 70 pips on a daily time frame, on the 4-hour time frame. So, you know, a target of this, I mean, why not, right? So, just looking to the left, you can see this is the kind of range we're targeting. I mean, first take profit could be maybe 25 pips, just to make sure you're not stuck in this trade going into the bank holiday tomorrow, but. And I don't know why the line is white, but that's not a good sign. So let's make this blue. Perfect. So the first take profit, well, we make the psychological level, so 0.88021. So this is a good entry right here. So actually we'll enter long for euro pound. We'll give it a gamble. And we'll see how it goes. So this is what I tend to do during my Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday sessions. I just give members live entries and ideas. Obviously, if the entry's there, I do it live. If not, I give them the credentials to enter it on their own. And yeah, so euro pound will enter long. So go ahead and enter on your MetaTrader. I mean, I'm gonna enter. If you want to enter, by all means you can. This is just advice. This is my opinion. I am not your financial advisor. I'm just showing you what trades I'm taking. So I will be entering this trade. By all means, if you want to follow my lead, you're welcome to do so. So I'm going to enter. The stop loss is at 0.7327. The first target is 0.88000. You know, psychological level. And after that, if you're still hungry for more pips, make sure you close half your position, move stops to entry, and then target maybe this full target. I'd probably, you know, control my greed and take and get out halfway there, so maybe at 0.83280. Okay, so euro pound, I didn't think we would enter a trade in today's session, but I'm always open to a setup like this, so we'll give it a go. I mean, stop loss is pretty small, 40 pips, why not? So I'll save this chart and I'll send this through as well. But again, each line is a take profit and the stop loss is on the chart, so very simple. Next up, thank you for recommending that pair, Jay. And let's see, what else is next? Pound NZD, so thank God I did euro pound because another member is asking for it. Pound NZD for sure. Can I look at NASDAQ? Yeah, sure. I don't really look at NASDAQ too much, but for sure I will. Any things pertaining to the Discord, make sure you guys message the admin. He'll take care of that. So let's go. Pound NSD. Stay on the page. Oh, there may be another chart for this. Is it this one? Yes. Here. Cool. So yesterday, someone asked for this potential setup. Now I don't really trade pound, NZD too much, but I did say there could be a chance to short. Now I know what the issue is. All my lines are white, so I'll put a new one. But basically, I was saying is if we get a 4-hour closure below this level, I'd be happy to take the short. And you can see this pair has started to come back down after this miniature rally. So what I'd be doing is, moving this over, and similar concept. We get a 4-hour bearish closure below this support at 2.0985 or just 2.05 thousand. We should go short. Now, it's a 2.39 R2R, so it is pretty good. Just looking to the left, you can see the kind of range we're trying to target. We're trying to target this move that's happened in the past multiple times. So you can see from this level to this level, we've always had a short. We've had it here. We've had it here. We've had it here. That's 3 setups. That's 4 setups. Here we had it to an extent halfway. That's still a lot amount of pips, and so we won't expect to replicate these movements right here. Right. That's all we're trying to do. And so the 4-hour candle closure is very important, and I want you guys to make sure you don't get fooled into entering on these kind of candles, okay? Because this is not a 4-hour candle you want. This one right here, this is a bearish hammer. You don't want that. A candle that you want is this candle, for example. A longer wick to the top than the bottom, if any, and a big body. This is good as well. You can see longer wick to the top, small wick at the bottom, big body. This is fine as well. Trying to find another one. It's all in the candles, really. This is great, an inverted hammer. This one right here, it tells you that price went up, sellers pushed down. So that's what we'll have. We might have it in the next few hours. I'll put an alert in case you guys need a heads up for this trade. So I'll put an alert at 2.048999 crossing down. Next up, what's up? Oh, someone asked for gold, right? So yeah, let's take a look at gold in terms of where it's headed for the rest of the week. So we said 1700, and if you're looking for a setup, since we're done with this first trade, and we went to 1675, which is great. We made around, I think, 210, and if you split that in half, 105 pips, which is fine. Then our partial position got stopped out of entry, fine. And then this thing made a huge rally, and this is probably because the IMF said that, hey, we're in big trouble here. So gold as a safe haven that backs a lot of currencies is going to be dominant. And if you guys remember, our 2020 prediction was 1800, right? 1800 was our 2020 prediction that I made back in December, and we're shortly about to reach at 1700. So let's take a look for maybe a setup to get there. Why not, right? It's definitely there. The momentum's there. You have a 3 soldier pattern forming, 1, 2, and a third possible bullish candle. But I think this trade will probably be dependent on the 1-hour time frame, because we're getting a retrace. As you can see, this 4-hour candle was up here right around 1685, right? And then it pulled back. So this might be giving us a better place to enter. The R2R, I don't want to push it, but I think 2.0 would be fine, just near 2.0. I'm not really focused on a minimum R2R per se. I do have my guidelines, but it's more about price action and being adaptive, right? If a pair is known to be doing deep retraces a certain week, then be more lenient with your R2R. But anyways, you can see the 4-hour time frame or the 2-hour time frame. It's perfect. So we've had a bullish hammer here. Another hammer here, and you have a bearish hammer here. This is, again, hammers are the perfect thing to trade during a trade continuation, right? So this is not a bad time to enter right now, as this hammer stays as it is. It's 11:34 a.m. Eastern right now. This candle should, let me just do my math really quickly. This candle will close at 12. So, right, 12. No, it should close at, let's see. The next 4-hour candle closure is at 1. Then this, so I think this should close at 2. Should, right? Well, no. Let's see. This is 9 a.m. This is 11 a.m. So I think, yeah, they should close at the end of this. Yep. So it should close in the next 12 minutes. which is next 30 minutes, which is great. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind entering now, to be honest, but this thing could go from a bearish hammer to just a bearish candle, and that's the problem. But if it stays this way, it's not a bad time to enter. It's gold, so you have to make sure you use risk management accordingly. If you have a really small account, I'm talking about $50 or 100, you may want to watch out for this. But yeah, it's not a bad trade setup, and this is a nice continuation signal right here, right? A pullback based on a bearish hammer. If we dissect this on a 1 hour time frame, you see what has happened. So you can see exactly perfect. So you had a break here. We had sellers come in, try to just force this thing down on this candle, and this thing got squeezed up. I mean, just look at the size of this hammer, look at the size of this wick. So me personally, what I'd be waiting for the best possible entry is just maybe price to come back above 1684 or 1685 would be perfect. So if price can float around 1685 again, so somewhere like here, we'll adjust our target. So our target still 1700, and our stop loss will be just halfway, right below this wick. And now we still have a 2.24 R2R. So this is perfect. This is a dissection of price action and the charts. And we literally did this all week. I don't think our sessions extended over 40 minutes, and we just had back to back winners. So that's it. Gold looking pretty good for longs. I wasn't expecting to enter trades this week. Well, at this point, especially how the week has been going, but I'd probably enter a very small position just to ride this out. If I do hit a loss, it's not going to eat into the profits I already made. If I do hit a gain, then it's just the cherry on the top. So thank you for that FX Bruv. I think that's the person who mentioned it. Alright, so any other pair recommendations or questions? I will be giving a 50% off coupon code to join these sessions at the end of the live session. If you want to join, on every day, make sure you take advantage. Marco, Euro, Yen for sure. So this is another trade that we traded this week that we had great success with, that I didn't show in the initial part of the session, but it was our Euro Yen buy, and it was a very simple entry criteria. So we go to the 4 hour time frame. For certain pairs, we have certain entry criteria. So for Euro Yen, all we were looking for a bullish closure above I believe 118, right? And we got that obviously significant bullish closure. And then we had a huge wave up, and you can even see on the 4 hour time frame, we knew this thing was going to go up after it printed all these hammers, right? All these hammers right here. And then the last hammer printed, basically sealed the deal. So if we move this over, this hammer was pretty much when I got in because I knew it was time just to launch. I woke up and we were in deep profits. So now in terms of recent price action, let's take a look on the 4 hour time frame. So a bit choppy. It's kind of reacting to this previous high it made on our past long, somewhere around 118.966 or just 119 flat. Looks like a decent short. As gold goes up, you will see USD Yen and Euro Yen go down as their inverses. So there may be an intraday short for Euro Yen. I probably wouldn't take it just because the OPEC meetings and stuff. But you can definitely see the idea, and the R2R is kind of not ideal. If we caught the short from up here, that would be great, but we caught it down here. So I wouldn't be surprised if this thing does end up going back down to this kind of hourly support at 118.216, so maybe 30 pips away. But we're already entered into Euro Pound and maybe gold, so I think that's where Euro Yen's headed next. I don't see any major setup on the charts right now. I think the major one was the initial gold we caught at the start of the week. So, yeah, Euro Yen. If you're a scalper or you're just risk seeking or you're on a demo account and you want to enter short, I think this is a good target down here. All right, what's up? What's next? Make sure you take advantage. For those that are, you might not have a bank holiday tomorrow, so make sure you get your questions answered. Let me check Discord. Okay, it looks like everyone is well. Let's look at GU. Why don't we look at GU? because that was a pair that we, oh yeah, Nasdaq, cool. Thank you for that reminder, Gustavo. So pound dollar was a setup that we said last Friday, that would be the major winner of the week. But this thing, I mean, we were patient. We were patient with this thing. So for the past 2 weeks, excluding this week, we were trying to long pound dollar. You can see our trading view alert is still active here because we were waiting for the breakout out of this kind of consolidation box we created. We didn't get that, so we had a break below, and this is a good short opportunity. And then this week we said, okay, fine. If pound wants to go short, we'll take shorts. Okay, so we identified the support right here on the 4-hour time frame. You can see these wicks, and we had an entry criteria here. If on the 4-hour time frame we get a bearish closure below this level, we'll go short, right? Now, if you go to the 4-hour time frame, you'll see how elusive pound pairs can be. So at one point in time, and I was watching this trade live, this candle was all the way down here, fat, looking bearish. I was like, okay, ready to short this thing, let's go. And then in the course of 90 minutes, this candle turned into a bearish hammer, right? You can see the body of it just got squeezed up, and then the rest is history. Again, at key levels, the pound loves to print hammers. I'm just trying to get rid of this stupid box. So you can see the rally. So obviously short was not a go. And yesterday I just extended the consolidation box across just to show you how it's still stuck at the same level. This is like poetry. I mean, literally, if we just extend this up and I try to zoom in, this level, the 1.24774 level, for some reason has the number for pound dollar. I mean, seriously. I mean, here we formed resistance, right? Somewhere along here. Here we formed resistance. Here we had a short. Here we might have a possible short. Who knows? But all we're waiting for, guys, to go up to the upside, and I do think it should happen as a dollar. Got some tough fundamental news today. Once we get a 4-hour closure above 1.25, right? My alerts here just to notify me, because pound can literally just do this. Sometimes it can literally do that. So, but ideally, we want it above the 1.25 thousand psychological level, right? A 4-hour closure somewhere here, like this, bullish, and we're gonna take it long to a target of 1.26. 500 area, right around here, 1.26200. Okay, and it's a potential setup. I don't know if it'll happen in the next 48 hours, but if it does, you want to look out for something like this. Stop loss just below this previous resistance, and you can see the R2R 2.54. That's perfect, right? So this is my opinion for GU. On a smaller time frame, if you do see rejections from this level, then you can take the short, but you're definitely going against the trend and current sentiment for the dollar. So, boom. So, NASDAQ next. Let me just check time. I don't want to make this session too long. Oh, we're good for time. Perfect. So, NASDAQ, let's take a look. Now, we have a special section in our Discord for stocks. So, if you're very interested, can you specify which NASDAQ you want? Is it NASDAQ Inc., NASDAQ 100? I'll take a look. Catherine, how do I join Discord? Is there a link? Yes, there is a link. It's in the description of this live. If you click, you'll see come hang out with us in a free private Discord. Click the link to sign up. Actually, will take you right to the Discord itself. So NAS 100. Thank you for specifying. Let me just show you the stock section. I think you will really like it, Gustavo. Our trader op-ed is holding it down, making crazy gains. So op-ed, here you go. He has a target. Oh yeah, my tag for S&P 500 was hit, and I'll show you that idea too. So I mean, this strategy, I use it in crypto, stocks, futures, options. It works wherever. Okay. So NASDAQ, we don't really look at this, but maybe we should. Definitely it's more of EP odds territory. But for NASDAQ, obviously we've created an all-time high right around 9,676. So that's going to be a key level we're going to plot off like that. right? And then next up, what we have is the support we created here, right, during the start of this pandemic. So we're gonna put that right here. Okay, so this wick is drawn. This line is drawn at this previous resistance, and then at the start of the pandemic, and then right now. Okay, so obviously right now the momentum looks like a good time to buy if I were you, just based off the long-term timeline. Now the weekly, perfect. The momentum is to the upside. You can see a nice fake out here for shorts, and then you had a pullback, and the rest is history. So I think what happens over the course of the next few days into moving to Monday is this thing makes a partial rally back to this all-time high, but I think it's only going to go halfway there. So if we do the Fibonacci levels, and I don't use it too often, but specific cases I do like to use them. So if we just do the Fibonacci, we'll go to low right here. I think you'll make an attempt to maybe somewhere in between the 61.8 or the 70.6 fib level. Right around here is a target zone in my opinion. I don't think it's going to go all the way through because, again, the economy is still struggling, and every other day we have different updates from Trump. This guy wants to get the economy reopened in 4 weeks. He wants in 4 weeks for everyone, 4 to 8 weeks, to everyone to just go back to normal. And I don't know if that's going to happen, but if he wants something, he will do it. So this is kind of the target zone right here. For potential shorts. I think this is where you're gonna get a pullback, and I look for a short. So who knows when we'll get there, but if we do get there, that's a good place to go for short. Going on to the daily, if you're looking for something more intermediate, I take a long to this area that I identify. You can look to the left. You can use this previous 50 fib level right here, this 50 fib right here, the halfway retracement as support, and take a long, right? But that's just my idea. Obviously, if this agrees with your technical analysis, then take it, but something just to look out for. And S&P 500, again, this was the idea I had in my target 2800. So you can see, just going to the monthly time frame, buy area bullish reaction indicates a respective trend, push up, and you can see, obviously I have a long-term target of 3500, but the first target was 2800. So thank you for that reminder, op-ed. Price action, baby, uses in all markets. When you combine price action plus fundamental analysis, you will know more than any indicator will ever tell you. I promise you that. So that's your analysis there, Gustavo. And if you want more, make sure you join the Discord. That's where you'll get constant updates from op-ed, who's more stock oriented. Why VVZ Shadow asked, how can I join the Discord? The link to join the Discord is in the video you're watching. It's in the description. It'll be the first link. It's the bit.ly link. Thank you, Nigel. He says, I like how I'm explaining. I'll like and subscribe. Thank you, man. I try to over-explain. I rather over-explain than under-explain. I really want to provide value to our clients, right? I don't want to undersell them. So, I think that sums this session, unless there's other pair recommendations. Oh, yes, there is. What is the channel where you save the charts on video? The live sessions are posted in our portal, right? It's posted on our portal, and here I'll actually bring up the portal, and the charts are sent in the minor and major analysis on Discord. So let me actually check up on the members on the portal. We've been so Discord oriented that we've kind of left those folks out. So let me quickly pull up the portal. Boom, here's the portal. Here's the Forex Lens portal, and this is where the live session happens. It's just our Monday and Friday free sessions are hosted on YouTube. Every other session, the paid ones, are hosted on Discord. So I think the chat may be down, so if that's the case, I'll just answer questions that are on Discord. But yeah, this is where the live sessions will happen. The past ones, where you see the video analysis of the trade setups, so you can see this week's past sessions when you log on. If Firefox will load it. Here you go. So you have April 8th, 7th, 6th, So all the live sessions are here, and just watch it. And then the chart work, all my chart work is get sent after every session to minor and major analysis right here. So there's obviously other traders than me on this Discord. There's ICT traders, there's Elliott Wave traders, there's indicator traders, price action, all kinds of traders, scalpers even. So make sure you get on. You'll get opinions not just from me but from other traders as well, and that's what it takes. So hopefully S&P 500 can go to 3,500. I do have some stocks that are in my portfolio that are looking pretty good. Hint, hint, 5G is where it's at, 5G stocks. So at this point, I'll give away the 50% off coupon code. So if you like today's session, you like the profits we made, you're in luck because we have a promotion. What this code will do is get you 50% off your first month for all my live sessions, for all my signals, and 6 other signal providers. We have all these providers giving us signals and full access to my chart work and other members' chart work as well. And this is only for $48.50. So if you can imagine that, if you just go to forexlens.com, if you click Forex Trading Room and you click Get Started, it'll take you to this page. Click Sign Up. And this form will take around a minute to fill out. Once you click Next at the bottom, there'll be a section to add a promo code. All you do is add first 50 and you will get every live session, all these signals and chart work for $48.50. That's how much I pay when I go out for the drinks with the buddies. But since we're social distancing now, there's no more drinks with the buddies. Okay, so invest in yourself. With all this downtime, you can only level up, right? Improve yourself, because when this pandemic is done with, you'll be miles ahead of everyone. You'll learn a new skill that's actually valuable and that can make you money. So why not do it? So that is the promo code. And if you have any other questions, get on Discord and shoot me a message, and I'll be happy to help. So let me just quickly check that I'm not forgetting anyone here. Jessica XNGU